This power station holds an actual Guinness World Record, and until last week we mostly knew the brand for phone chargers.
A week in the Lake District, no electric hookup, one old fridge and a family with 2 teens worth of devices. This is the Anker SOLIX C1000 Gen 2. So for most of us, when you hear Anker, you think small items. So for us, it was small things like maybe phone chargers, cables, like power banks in the glove box. Genuinely good, but smaller kit.
So when a full-size power station turned up with their name on it, we were curious more than convinced. 1,000 watt hours, 2,000 watt output, and the same class as the EcoFlow Delta and the Afari, we took this to the lakes.
A week later, it was the unit that we kept reaching for, and here's why.
So the setup really quickly. We spent a week camping in the lakes with no electric hookup, running everything from 3 portable power stations, all around 1,000 watt hours, same job for each unit. Our old Halford's 12-volt fridge, which runs off a 3-pin socket since its plug died a few years ago, plus phones, watches, a projector, and topping up the van's leisure battery.
The plan is each unit gets its own video, then a full head-to-head where we tell you which one we'd actually spend our own money on. But right now, it's the Anker's turn.
Straight to the question that matters. Will it run a fridge and for how long? On the Anker, our fridge showed a draw of about 64 watts and the unit ran it for a solid 13.5 to 14 hours on a charge. On one of the days, we gave it a couple of hours of solar to help in the afternoon, and that pushed it to around 15.5 hours before it needed plugging in.
Interesting side note for the comparison, the same fridge read about 50 watts on the EcoFlow screen and ran slightly longer. Whether that's metering or inverter efficiency, we'll dig into that properly in the head-to-head.
Now the party trick, and it's a certified one. The C1000 Gen 2 holds the Guinness World Record for the fastest recharging portable power station in the 1 kilowatt hour class. 0 to 100% in 49 minutes. We tested it and it's real. One thing worth knowing though, you need to switch on the fast charging mode in the app. It's not on out of the box. Do that and it genuinely refills faster than a pub lunch.
On a campsite, that changes how you think about charging. You're not leaving it plugged in for an afternoon in the campsite washing room. You put the kettle on, sort the kids out, and it's done.
We charged our Anker in the mornings, and in the early light, our 200 watt panel was pulling in about 100 watts. At that rate, you're looking at roughly 9.5 hours for a full charge from empty. So realistically, morning solar is a top up and the afternoon sun does the heavy lifting at around 150 to 160 watts. The genuinely clever bit is that the Anker can charge from the mains and the solar at the same time, and it prioritises the solar.
And its solar ceiling is the highest of the 3 we tested, 600 watts against 500 on the others. With one panel like ours, that headroom sits unused, but if you ever add a second panel, the Anker is the one with room to grow. So here's the thing you notice before you've plugged in a single cable. The unit itself is small for what it is. It's 11.3 kilos and Anker says that's 14% smaller and 11% lighter than comparable models. Having lugged all 3 units in and out of the van for a week, we absolutely believe them. It's the one that you grab without thinking, and in a packed camper van, the space it doesn't take up is worth just as much as the power that it holds. If you've ever played boot Tetris the night before a trip, you'll know exactly why that matters.
Something the Anker does that we really came to appreciate, you can get the settings from the unit itself, no phone needed. Screen brightness, charging behaviour, the useful stuff, all adjustable on the box.
And with some units, the app is the only way into half of the features. The Anker doesn't make you go and find it. The screen holds up in direct sunlight too, and you can turn the brightness up on the unit to match the day. On that front, it's every bit as good as the EcoFlow.
The app is still there when you want it, and it's solid, but it's an optional rather than essential, which for someone with a phone addiction is a really nice touch.
And then there's the way it's built. Of the 3 units we tested, this is the one that feels most at home outdoors. Solid, grippy, and completely unbothered about picking up a few scuffs. It's got something of a Tonka toy feel about it.
In the last video, we said the EcoFlow is like wearing linen trousers to a picnic. Lovely, but you'd worry about grass stains. This one wears shorts and t-shirts all year round, and it isn't afraid of the great outdoors.
You can buy a water-resistant case for it too, made by Anker, which tells you who they built this for. It's a unit that expects to be used in multiple locations, including outside.
So a few honest quibbles, and this one is a really small list. There's only one USB-A port. The other units had 2. But in fairness, that's probably Anker future-proofing. The world is going USB-C and the unit has plenty of those, including 2 at 140 watts. But if your family still runs older cables, it's worth knowing.
And each output group has its own little button. One for the USB ports, one for the main sockets, but they're small. We got used to them, but we prefer the EcoFlow's chunky one-off switches, which you can find without looking. Bigger, clearer buttons would finish this unit off nicely.
And that's genuinely the list. We went out looking for more, but we couldn't find any. So, the week in numbers. It ran our 60-watt fridge for 13.5 to 14 hours on one charge. It refilled from the mains in 49 minutes, a world record that actually holds, and it topped up the van's leisure battery along with everything else we asked it.
And it did all of that while being the smallest and lightest unit we tested, and the one that we'd happily let live outside.
So, who's it for? If your power station is going to live the outdoor life, camping most weekends, kit in and out of the van, weather and mud and the odd knock, this one is built for exactly that. Small enough to always pack, tough enough not to think about, and fast enough to charge in the time it takes to make lunch.
If your unit will spend most of its life indoors doing home backup or cover for power cuts, or you want to grow into a bigger, expanding system, the picture gets more interesting, and that's exactly the conversation that we'll be having in the head-to-head video.
Which one we'd actually spend our own money on? Out of this, the EcoFlow Delta 3, the Afari P180, the verdict is coming when all 3 are on the table. It's closer than you might think.
The full write-up with every number from the week, plus the comparison table across all 3 units, is on nestnomadandbeyond.co.uk, so please feel free to check it out at your leisure.
Whilst you're there, go ahead and sign up to our email list. We can then keep you up to date with all our latest reviews and special offers and discount codes as soon as they land. For any current Anker discounts and deals, also sign up and we'll send those through as soon as we get them. But also keep an eye on the description below and we'll keep that updated as soon as new offers come through.
The Afari review is next, then the head-to-head that answers the real question: which one should you actually buy? Hit subscribe now so that you don't miss it. Thanks so much for watching and we'll see you soon.